Hey everybody, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. I know I've been away for a little while. It's been a little hectic here lately. Enclave's been going all bonkers. They've been bombing the shit out of everybody that apparently doesn't follow their idea of a New World Order. Apparently I'm not Malcolm McDowell-y enough or whatever it is that they're looking for, but I don't fit that mold, so they've been bombing the shit out of me, and that's going to keep me safe, and a little bit falls here and there, but the bunker keeps me pretty safe, but still, better safe than sorry. But anyways, you're not here to talk about what's going on with my life and the politics of the day. Politics-free zone, even though those unclean bastards are a bunch of... Not going to get into it. We're here to talk about movies. Underworld Awakening. Alright, vampires, lichens. Some of you are saying, what, the last movie was there? If you hated the last movie, if you hated all the Underworld movies, why the fuck did you watch the fourth one? I don't understand people. It's like, I hate all of those movies. Why do you keep fucking watching them? If you hate them, stop watching them. Now, was this movie great? No. No, it wasn't great. This is a popcorn flick. And as a popcorn flick, it worked pretty well. And somebody's saying, oh, I hear that term all the time, popcorn flick. What the fuck does that mean, popcorn flick? This is cinema. It should be art. Okay. There are two different things. There is cinema. Cinema is art. When those types of movies where you watch it and you get something, you're moved by it or, you're inspired. That is art. That is cinema. This is a flick. It's a movie. Its sole purpose is to make you go, ooh, ah, that's what it did. It's a popcorn flick. You don't need a big brain to eat popcorn. You don't need a big brain to watch this movie. So, am I saying that only stupid people will like it? No, but you got to be able to turn off that, artsy-fartsy, I'm a snob who hates everything that doesn't involve the French. Turn that switch off occasionally and say, I'm just going to sit back and have fun. And yeah, at times I even fall into that trap where I can't do it. But sometimes, I can enjoy myself. And I enjoyed this movie. Was it spectacular? No. Were there Oscar caliber acting performances? No. Was there a chick cutting people up and stabbing werewolves and shooting people? Absolutely. That's what I expected going in. I mean, I'm hearing people saying, well, one of the biggest expectations of 2012 didn't deliver. If this was one of the movies you were most looking forward to in 2012, I weep for you. This is a movie we're like, well, it's playing. Let's go see it. It's Kate Beckinsale. Yes, she still needs to eat a sandwich. But you know what? She's still badass. She still kicks ass as good as anyone else out there. So, I did have some complaints. I mean, obviously, the story isn't great. But, story is just kind of, it's there. It's there just to give some idea of, well, why is she jumping around stabbing people? Why'd she shoot that guy? That story gives you just enough of a framework to understand kind of like, who's that guy and why is he a werewolf? Why does he want to kill this person? That's all you really need out of this. But, aside from the story being kind of weak, this is becoming a thing with me. CGI gore. Now, I understand computers have allowed us to do things we couldn't ever do before. I understand that. But, there are some things you don't need a computer to do, and gore is one of them. Gore, look at some of the classics. I mean, some of the stuff Savini's done, and just look at American Werewolf in London, the gore in that. I want to go back to, the real fake blood. That sticky, sloppy, the splatter tubes, and the real-looking guts, not just CGI crap. It drives me nuts because it never looks real, and I know I'm arguing real in a movie about werewolves and vampires, and well, those aren't real. Why are you real? Shut up. I still want it to look good. And CGI, they have not been able to copy the gore. It looks like a video game, and I'm not paying to watch a video game. I'm paying to watch a movie, and I know you can do better because you have 30 years ago. You've done better. So. Go back to that. Now, everything should be computers. Cut out 10 of the 16,000 CG effects guys you hired. Cut out 10 of them. Hire an old school special effects guy who will rock the fucking shit out of gore. I want that. other little piddly things. I mean, spoiler, the little girl Eve. Spoiler, I said. Spoiler, if you're worried about that. It's, even though it's mentioned, if you look at some of the stuff in the movie, there's a little girl raised in a lab her whole life by Americans, the best I can tell, because they all sound American, has an English accent. So apparently, accents are a genetic trait passed on from mother to daughter or mother to child, because even though you've never met your mother, never spent any time amongst anyone with an English accent, if your mother has an English accent, you will have one, apparently. It's just, you're born with it. Piddly shit. Yes, I know. But these are the things that stick into my mind and try to prevent me from having fun. But I still did. So, I enjoyed it. Scale of 1 to 10. Oh, boy, it's like marrying your cousin. And I know some of you are like, oh my God, that's disgusting. How is that even good in any way? Let me finish. And I'm not talking about like in some places where marrying your cousin is, what's wrong with that? I've married all my cousins. I'm not talking about those areas either. I'm talking about like, it's like marrying your cousin, but, this is the 1800s, and you're like a duke or something, and you marry your cousin because that's just what you do, and it's acceptable. Yes, it's not the ideal choice. You're not marrying for love. Just like, most people aren't going to love this movie. But you know what? It's kind of that you're getting what you expect out of it. Provided, you have your expectation is this. As an 18th century or 19th century, even, Earl, the expectation is I'm going to marry my cousin. So when I marry my cousin, I shouldn't be all surprised that she's my cousin. It is what it is. So that's what this movie is. It is what it is. Take it as that. I think you'll have fun. If you look for something more than that, you're going to walk away all grumpy going, well, this was no fucking American Beauty. Well, no shit. American Beauty, great movie. If fucking Kevin Spacey, instead of dying at the end, well, did they ruin it for you? The movie came out 10 plus years ago. If he had turned into a werewolf and ripped the fuck out of that homophobe guy who was really, oh man, that would have been awesome. Anyways, that's it for this episode. I'll be back, helmet willing, and we'll cover some more stuff. I'm sure next week will probably be an awful piece of crap that I will rip to shreds, and even though someone will say, but you just said movies are popcorn. Yeah, popcorn movies can still suck ass, too. So, that's it for now. Later. Let me go back down here. It's a little safer.